What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker.
Amir, Rahimi.
And today on The Great Debaters, taking it to the hill, man. Cypress Hill. Let's go. Alright, Amir, so we got Cypress Hill, man. One of the most overlooked groups that is the most popular groups in rap history, I'd say. Because, you know, like Too Short, I think they have a similar thing. They're so well-rounded as a group, but because they got so aligned with weed so early on in their career, I think that clouded people's perception of them.
No pun intended.
Pun intended. But they are phenomenal, man, and remain amazing artists, all three of them. So, we got to get into this, man. What is the best single, though, on Black Sunday? This is their best-selling album. It's their second album. It came out in 1993, and it really, really exploded because of Insane in the Brain. That song in 93 was one of the biggest songs, I'd say, probably in all of music, but definitely in rap. It was Cypress Hill's crossover song. It was getting crazy play on MTV. It made Cypress Hill just a huge group in mainstream everything. And Black Sunday, like the self-titled debut album from 91, Black Sunday was very dark, very gangster, very aggressive, very menacing, but yet they had this video and this song that was counter to that really just had them explode and made them, huge. So, Amir, what's your thought on Insane in the Brain?
That's a song that there's no escaping it. You'll hear it at least once a month somewhere. Whether you're listening to the radio, whether you're at an event, whether you're at a friend's place, you're going to hear it. It's just going to pop up. It's one of the songs I've heard the most without even hitting the play button. Okay. And I'm not complaining because it's a really good song. It's like California Love. How many times will you hear California Love on a monthly basis, just not even trying to. Man, it's so good. And like you said, crossover appeal, the music video, these guys, they seemed, at least to me in some of their music videos, they seemed like approachable, like a fun group to be with, and just the whole smoky, everything they have with marijuana, everything makes them seem so approachable. And Insane in the Brain, man, classic, man, so good. And the production, man, Muggs, and this one reminds me a bit of How I Could Just Kill a Man, but this is so much more welcoming.
Okay.
It's a great song.
It does have a title included. It has a much more friendly vibe.
That's true.
So, I definitely loved the single and thought it was amazing. And another single on a much darker side, both visually and sonically, is We Ain't Going Out Like That. That song, it's the only song on the album that that Muggs did not do. T-Ray produced it, and up to this point, with the two albums, it's the only song that Muggs did not produce. And I thought it was amazing because sonically T-Ray brought a similar vibe to what Muggs did throughout the first two Cypress Hill albums, but he also brought a different type of energy and excitedness, I would say, sonically to what Cypress Hill did. And I think it gave Be Real a different type of energy to have him, Be Real, I think, is grossly underrated, and his delivery, style, energy, and effort on Ain't Going Out Like That, I think is pretty phenomenal. Yeah,
man, Be Real really freaking goes in on this song. He does great. T-Ray's instrumental. I'm so happy you pointed that out because you would just assume Muggs did this whole album. It fits so well into the whole sonics of the album. This song is one of the best cuts on the album for sure, and it's so great, and I'm happy that it hasn't been forgotten about. It's like that great.
It's phenomenal, and the video is very dark. As I thought about when I saw one of my favorite movies of all time, The Prestige, it kind of made me think about that, how they're like in this dark hill and they're digging graves and stuff, and it made me think of when Christian Bale's character goes and has to kind of dig up his twin brother that we don't know, Borden. I just always it made me think of the Cypress Hill. but that's how my brain works.
Yeah, I remember the music video, but I haven't seen that movie yet, so maybe
it's one of the best movies ever, Amir. Please watch it, because The Prestige is phenomenal, and you guys should watch it too, man. Christian Bale is astounding.
Well, he's great.
He's astounding.
Duly noted. I will do that.
Yes, The Prestige, y'all. Please watch it. But back to Cypress Hill. The next single that we'll be discussing is When the Shit Goes Down, or When the Ship Goes Down, depending on which version of it. And this one was one of those songs that I'm always intrigued when they pick a single that has profanity in the title, because by default, unless you're going to have a bunch of beeps on the song, to try to get it on radio or video or whatever, you're going to have to make so many changes to the song just off default because of the chorus. So that was interesting to me, and I liked, the kind of the taking the approach of things not working out, because so much of rap is celebratory. Even gangster rap or hardcore rap, so much of it is celebratory of I conquered this, or I did the right thing, or I beat the odds, or whatever it is. And then this is kind of like taking a different approach of things are not working out. The ship or the shit, depending on which version, it's going down. So Amir, what'd you think of this one?
Yeah, I didn't really think about it like that for the title, when the shit goes down and the ship, because that does make sense. Why would you choose a song with profanity in the title and you wanted to get airplay? This song is dope. I love the beat on it. It's definitely a little more inviting than other beats on this album, in my opinion. I love Sendog's chorus on this, as well as Be Real. Sendog's backing vocals and Be Real's presence on the chorus too.
Gotcha.
It's very dope. And then one thing I also like is how later on too, or at the same time, but then they release it later, is they invite other producers to take their spin on it, like Diamond D, when the Ship Goes Down remix.
Right.
It's just so dope to see all these other producers put their take on it, and how Cypress Hill their vocals can go over other kinds of beats as well. And this song is another dope one. And another trend on this album that we see is track 2 through 5. They're all the singles.
Yeah.
All the 4 singles are just back to back to back to back. And I think that's very interesting. I wonder why they did that. I kind of wonder what your take is on that. But I find that very interesting. I thought they'd be more scattered, but they're all just front and loaded.
Well, the next one is Lick a Shot, and that's the other single from the album. And I think why they did that, from knowing Cypress Hill to the degree that I do, and I've known all 3 of them and interviewed them several years now, or basically since, since really this album, I was starting to meet them around this time. Or more so really with Temples of Boom, I should say. But the thing that's interesting about it is that, Muggs is one of the best rap producers of all time, and he's very strategic with what he does. So I think front-loading the singles, because they believed that Insane in the Brain was going to be popular, and then put that toward the front of the album instead of making people wait for it. This was also at an era where you were getting into more and more people were buying CDs, so skipping songs, unlike with cassette, you weren't really able to do that very effectively, but with CDs you could do that. So I think if you get into the groove of listening to the album, and the first song, I Want to Get High, and then you go into all the singles, then you're kind of in the mood of why would I skip at this point? And I never did. So, it's amazing. But Lick a Shot I thought was interesting too, because again, Cypress Hill is so affiliated with weed, but we're getting all these singles and songs that show, at least at this stage in their career, that there's so much more to Cypress Hill than just talking about weed and getting high. So for Lick a Shot, we're taking it into the street mode a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely street mode. And we had seen that on their first album too, Street Stuff, clearly. This song, I was surprised that it was a single. I actually kind of forgot it was a single.
Okay.
But it is good. I just didn't know that they would just choose as a single, hence why. However, it's awesome. The beat, really reminds me of 92 Predator Ice Cube, which Muggs obviously
had a big hand in.
Yeah, he lent some production over that way, and it really reminds me of the Predator era too. Lick a Shot's awesome. I really love the rugged rhymes. Be Real goes in.
Right.
It's a little more up tempo. Big fire.
There it is. So those are the 4 singles from Cypress Hill's Black Sunday. So Amir, which one's your favorite and why?
You know what? It's interesting because you would think I would go with a DJ Muggs produced song, but that T-Ray, we ain't going out like that, man. There's something about that song. It's my number one. It's my number one. It's so good. That's like my style. Just the aggression, the chorus, the beat. It's all there for me.
Well, Amir, this is going to be one of those rare instances where we agree. So I'm going with that too, man. I remember listening to this song and thinking this song is the best song on the album, period. And I was shocked when I was reading the credits later that Muggs didn't do it, because it does sound like something he could have done, but then it also sounds so perfect in the flow of the album. And it's just amazing, man. Like, that beat is so phenomenal, and then Be Real on it, and Sen Dog's accents and everything, accenting the song is just amazing, man. It's just so good, and I've seen them perform it, and it's just phenomenal. So Amir and I have the same thought, which is rare on the Great Debaters. So we need to hear from you guys. What's the best single on Black Sunday from Cypress Hill, their 1993 album? Please be sure to like, subscribe, share, hit us up in the comments section on the Great Debaters, and we'll be hitting you back. Appreciate it, y'all. I'm Soren Baker.
Amir Rahimi.
Check it out, Cypress Hill.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
There's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.